from our current Earth time perspective, can you please explain the event?
The event is the procedure of allowing all the higher dimensional beings currently embodied to remember who they are and their other dimensional aspects and their reason for being on the planet in such a way as to cause the dissolving of the self-replicating negative programs, which will allow the free flow of what you term positive experiences, cooperation, and the beginning of knowing of all beings on the planet, knowing that they are a part of a whole. This will not perhaps be obvious to some looking at the everyday lives and experiences. However, from a higher dimensional view, or we would say an alternate dimensional view, the tipping point, as you would say, has already occurred in the self-replicating negative programs are dissolving. We would say there are some who believe these programs are what you call evil. We would say they do not have, they are programs, they are not people. People may tap into the negative self-replicating programs, but they no longer have things to hold on to continue, for that to continue. So those who seem of negative polarity, who are holding on to these programs as truth, and they were to these beings, they were truth, they are having less and less to hold on to and will be impacted by the positive polarity as your time goes forward.
And so, as Amanda understands the event, are we currently in it then, or has it already happened?
We could say that the event could be seen as the beginning moment when the other dimensional beings, what you would call starseeds and light workers, began to understand and connect in back to themselves, their true selves. So the moment the veil started its dissolution could be seen as the trigger or the starting point of the event. However, we see that there are many who believe the event is a quick moment in time that immediately shifts perspective. And we are able to say this is why also people who say the event is individual to each person are also correct. But there is an overarching part to this, which we explained first. So lightworkers and starseeds, as they remember who they are, as they connect to themselves, and as they remember their special abilities, whether it be spreading light, dissolving negative programs with their frequencies, or whether it be channeling, helping others remember their true selves. Each will experience this in a different way and perhaps at a different time, but it is unfolding and energetically can be seen as light starting to move through all beings across the planet.
And what else might Amanda want to know about this topic?
She wants to know what she was sensing in the vision about the edge of the forest. It is when humanity is, for all intents and purposes, released from the Earth experiment and has a new, broader understanding of who they are, and that they are not alone, that they are part of a much, much bigger whole.
And what else would you like to communicate about the event in general?
It is not a fearful happening. Those expecting solar activity to damage the Earth or its people, to them we would say that is not a part of the event. That is, well, we will say earthquakes happen. They've always been a part of Earth. Rain happens. To say that any particular event that is negative is part of an ascension is only true in the sense of humans becoming aware that nothing happens to them. And it is only true if the humans understand that any event can cause them to understand more about themselves or the whole. You do not stand in the rain and say, well, this is part of the event, but it sucks. The rain always happens. Just because some person said, when it rains on June 23rd at 2 p.m., that is the event, and it will feel bad, but don't worry, because it's for a good purpose. You had rain on June 21st, and you thought nothing of it. So we would also add, it is not necessarily a bad thing for those who foretell dates of occurrences and how they will affect the planet. Some beings need this in order to process and understand. Humans especially understand the negative self-replicating programs they have held on to for so long. And as they start to dissolve, as they are now, they will look for anything to grab onto, to understand. It is a process of learning, of experience something and then realizing, oh, that wasn't what it was said to be. Or, yes, that feels right, and that seemed right. The humans will go through an evolution. And the light beings will endeavor to listen to them and to understand their evolution and to not judge where they're at.
And so is it safe to say that there won't be any singular type of monumental event as we have previously understood it?
We will not discount the possibility. We may decide it is necessary. However, as we have stated many times, the negative self-replicating programs are being dissolved. We see that that is not reversible. We see the positive polarity being the majority on the planet. We may decide, if the humans do not evolve within this new positive polarity majority, if they do not learn and no further growth is expected, we may then shift the frequency of the planet all at once, as many have foretold. It is our last resort, so to speak. All want the growth of experience, and there is not much experience in an instant shift. Although it is also an experience, it is a short one.
Okay. Is this answer satisfactory to Amanda at this time, or does she have any other follow-up questions?
She does not care for the inability to state specifically what will happen. However, she understands that we have to wait and see how things evolve or don't evolve before proceeding to another decision point.
Perhaps we can ask more questions in subsequent sessions after time has passed.
Yes,